Hello everyone, good evening. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So this is our second lessons in the system development life cycles, and so I just go briefly what we have covered the last class. Okay, so we have started the system development life cycle unit number 2, and uh, and we have talked about what is systems. And system is nothing but the collection of components which all work together to achieve a particular task. And we have seen one example for the system, very basic example for the system is the road construction machines. So these things we have seen. And what are the basic elements of, can anyone tell me what are the basic elements of system we have covered in the last class?
So input, process, output.
Process, output, very good. So this is the basic components of a common system. But so this is these thing I'm just recovering. We have covered these things in the last class. Okay, and we have considered school as a system. For the if anyone considers school as a system, the children will be the input. Then all the children subjected to the teaching learning process, actually learning process. Then the good citizen will be the output. Okay, these things we have covered. So, and we have talk about the information systems. The information system, the data and process information. These three are the basic components. Okay, so these things we have talked about. I think how many, there are many students have joined in this class. I don't know, most of you have covered this part or not. I'm not sure about it. So today we will talk about this system development process, right? So the system development process is normally we call the system development life cycle. The system development life cycles and system development process are same meaning actually. Okay, simply we are telling the system development process, but and also we can give the same name, system development life cycle. We say SDLC. Okay, so this is the term we are using to develop a software. Actually, if you want to create a software or information system, any particular software, we are using, we have to have a process. ஒரு சிஸ்டத்தை நாங்கள் உருவாக்கணும், இது ஒரு முறை இருக்கணும். There should be a mechanism. So that mechanism, especially we are giving the name system development life cycles. Okay, where the set of process, connectivities, phases we are used to develop the and used to implement the system. If we talk about the system development life cycle, we have there are steps, six steps or six phases. We say 6 phases we have to follow. Okay, for example, if you want to develop a software or if you want to develop information systems, you guys should follow 6 steps. The number one step we say the identifications of requirements. Identifications of requirements, or in other words we can say requirement gathering. It means what is requirements? Requirements may be the user தேவையான ஒரு தேவைகள். We can say the தேவைகள். So there are the many questions they are directly asking the exam paper. If you see the exam paper, they are simply asking what are the steps of system development life cycles. So number one is identifications of requirements, or in other words we can tell the requirements gathering. And second one, so now you have gathered the requirements. Now you have gathered the requirements, you have visited the place, you have meet the particular persons, for the company, and you are meet the boss and you are asking the requirement, what do you want, what is the requirements, the system வந்து உங்களுக்கு என்ன மாதிரி requirements satisfy பண்ணணும் அவங்களோட requirements you can go and take down. So now you have got the requirements of the user requirements. So now we have to design the solution. So number two is designing the solution. We will see one by one later detail. Yeah, we will see one by one detail. So number two, designing the solutions. And number three, the coding. So coding is the programming part. So there you can use the Pascal program or Java or Python, whatever the program, according to your companies or the user requirements, we can use particular coding or programming language to develop the software. Okay, I'm just repeating again. First, we have to gather the requirements from the user. Don't draw on the screen, please. And second, we have to design the solutions. And third one, we have to code. We have to do the coding part. Okay, right. And fourth, testing and debugging. Okay, so once we have done coding, we have to test the software. So test the system, testing and debugging. So there are two different words are coming. So I will explain it later. Okay, so testing and debugging, right? And then fifth process, deployment of the system. Okay, deployment means installing, like we can simply say installing the system. And the last one, we have to maintain. Okay, so these are the six steps we have to follow when we are developing an information system. When we are developing an information system, there are 6 steps or 6 phases, we can say. 6 phases we should follow. Number one, we have to gather the requirements. We have to gather the requirements, and after gathering the requirements, we have to design the solutions, and we have to think, and we have to take the pen, and we have to design how it should be, and these things we have to discuss it. After that only, we have to give to the programmer, software engineers. They will type the program according to our design. For example, what you will do? We will simply go to the architecture and draw the map, and we have to design how the door, how the wall design should be. Then only we are handing over to the masons and the carpenter. So same thing. Programming or software development, not only coding. There are many other steps up there. So coding is one step, one phase. So after coding, we have to test and deployment of the system and maintenance. Deployment means we have to install the system, and maintenance means again we have to take care on the system for according to the contract. If it is 1 year, we have to visit the place and we have to check the system. Right? So now we will go one by one. Identifications of requirements. Right? So see, a complete investigations on the existing manual system or the computer-based system. Okay, I'm just repeating this one. And a complete investigations or Puranamana investigations, okay, on the existing system, existing manual system. It may be a manual system, or it may be a computer system. அவங்க சில வேளை computer system யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், அல்லது சில வேளை அவங்க manual system use. What is manual system? Simply they are using the pen and paper to do the work. Okay, for some cases they will use some computer system, but நார்மலாக ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் சிஸ்டம் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், அதை அவங்க அப்டேட் பண்ண வேண்டி இருக்கலாம். ஓகே, ஸோ a complete investigations on existing manual system or computer based system, okay, to be delivered is carried out in these phases. Okay, so we have to have a complete investigations on this phase, right, such that the objective and the benefit, the efficiency, etc. are constructed. What are the benefits they want, and what are their objective, what are the efficiency, everything. We have to investigate with them. We have to go the software. There are we say system analysis. System analysis. There are some people, company system analysis and work பண்ணுவாங்க. So the system analysis will go to the place and they will discuss with them. They will take a paper and pen. உங்களுக்கு எந்த மாதிரி தேவை இருக்குது, எப்படிப்பட்ட சாஃப்ட்வேர் உங்களுக்கு தேவை, அந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர் என்ன செய்யணும். So these are their requirements. Understood? So they will take down. So this is the complete investigations, right? So this is carry out the collaborations with the staff of the organizations and development team. So this investigation will be happened with two peoples. One is the company staff. Then second one is our development team. What is development team? Is the software development team. Okay, so my team, I have a software company. So my team is development team. My development team ஒரு 4-5 பேர் என்ன செய்வாங்க, particular அந்த கம்பெனிக்கு போய் அவங்களுடைய ஸ்டாஃபை மீட் பண்ணுவாங்க. மீட் பண்ணி there will be a complete investigation will be taking place, right? So this is what system analysis. Okay, at this stage the system analysis will study the existing system deeply and identify the new requirements to fulfill the user. A system analysis will go and study what is there, how they are using the system. For example, library க்கு போனாரண்டா லைப்ரரியில் என்னென்ன மாதிரி சிஸ்டம் யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு எப்படி என்ன மாதிரி தேவைகள் இருக்குது. Okay, last time I have shown a video, so you know broadly you have an idea about the library, how the library is functioning. Okay, so deeply the system analyst will go and gather the requirements, right? So now by gathering the requirements, there are some methods we are using. Number one, observations. What do you mean observation? Is nothing but simply we go and visit and see what is happening there and taking down. Okay, this is observation. Second, interview. Third, questionnaires. So we can prepare some question paper. Question paper like exam paper மாதிரி இருக்க மாட்டா. Simply அவங்களுக்கு இந்த டிக் பண்ற மாதிரி yes or no போடுற மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்மால் ஒரு question paper கிரியேட் பண்ணி அவங்கள்ட்ட கொடுக்குறது. We will design in like a question paper and we'll hand it over. They will do that one. And the number 4 is document and sample collections. Document and sample collection is nothing but we go and visit the place. அவங்க ஒரு ஃபைல் எல்லாம் மேனேஜ் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. உதாரணமாக if it is manual system, those people will handle the file. Yes or no? So we take the file and see if the file, for example, for student register book, அவங்களுக்கு என்ன மாதிரி இருக்குது, student index number is there, the name is there, then the attendance, we are marking the attendance. So that is when I see that book, அந்த சிஸ்டம் எப்படி இருக்கு, நான் அதை வச்சு அந்த சிஸ்டத்தை எப்படி நான் கிரியேட் பண்ணணும், I can get an idea. So that is a document sample collection we say. And the prototyping is nothing but simply we are bring a small software. Understood? உதாரணமாக ஒரு ஆளுக்கு for example I just want to create a software for the food city. I want to create a software for the food city. You know food city la அந்த software என்னென்ன செய்யுதுன்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். You know what are the requirements for that system. Okay, right. For that what I can do is சின்ன கடைக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு software செஞ்சிருப்பீங்க. You might done some software with a small shop. அந்த software எடுத்துட்டு போய் இப்படி ஒரு software இருக்கு, உங்களுக்கு இதுல என்ன செய்யணும், what are the improvement you want. அப்போ அவர் சொல்லுவார், ரைட் இதுல வந்து இப்படி இருக்கணும், இதுல இப்படி இருக்கணும். So they can enlarge the idea. So then we can get the requirements. Okay, these 5 are the 5 are the basic method to gather the requirements. Okay, the 5 are the basic method to find the requirements. Okay, right. I think I don't know whether my video is clear or not, my voice is clear or not. Anyhow, I will upload this video in the YouTube. Those who are unable to understand clearly, you can see the YouTube video, right? So I will share the link with you. Not link with you, I can share the channel if you want. I can share my channel so you can go and see the videos, right? So now we'll see one by one. Okay, first we'll see what is how the observation is taking place. So the system analyst physically visit the place where the existing system. The existing system the physical and system analysis physically there will be he visit அவர் போவார் அந்த இடத்துக்கு and observe as it is. So he will go and see what is happening there to gather the information to develop the computer-based system. This is important towards making the assumptions. For example, observations of issuing books in a library. So no, they can sign or they can give some stamp. So that is manual process. அப்ப இதுக்கு எந்த மாதிரி எங்களோட கம்ப்யூட்டர் பேஸ்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம் இருக்குன்னு see he can get some requirements. Okay. Second one, I ask you interview. So interview is nothing but simply go and talk to the boss or staff of the company. We are arising questions and we are getting the response. Understood? Okay. So number one, you said observation, simply go and visit and gather the information. Second one is interview. We are talking to the staff of the company. We are gathering the information. So example, meeting the librarian for a discussion. Okay, meeting the librarian for a discussion or discussion. Librarian mean what? The in charge of the library. In charge of the library is the librarian. So we can talk to the librarian. So he may say, this much of thousands of books are available. We are taking this book to school students and some other requirements. We can talk when we are talking to the librarian. Okay, so this is the second method, interview. And can anyone tell me the third method? Okay, I actually zoned that one, the questionnaire, right? So you can see this one sample questionnaire, how the question paper is there. Simply yes or no questions. Simply yes or no questions. What is the first questions? Do you print report from the existing system? Okay. Do you print the நீங்க print out எடுக்கிறீங்களா உங்கள்ட்ட இருக்கிற கம்ப்யூட்டர்ல இப்ப இருக்க சிஸ்டத்துல உங்களுக்கு print out எடுக்கிறீங்களா? அப்படி எடுக்காட்டி உங்களுக்கு print out எடுக்கணுமா? Understood? So this is my questionnaire. Okay, so see the question paper, yes or no questions. So simply tick. And அவங்க எழுத மாட்டாங்க. The boss, the big people, they are lazy to write on the they are not willing to write the exam paper. See the exam paper. So a questionnaire is used to gather the user requirements. The answers collected are analyzed further and understanding the needs for the user. But after gathering the informations, requirements gather பண்ணதுக்கு பின்னாடி we have to understanding further. For example, handing over a questionnaire to the librarian for his or her responses. Okay, this is one example. Okay, guys, the Zoom meeting will be end within the 10 minutes. Okay, so you can use the same link to rejoin this. So we have discussed about the fourth type of method, how we are gathering the requirements. Okay, that is document sample collections. So the reports or the file maintained in organizations are collected and examined in information required. They may be maintaining a report. அவங்க ரிப்போர்ட் வச்சிருக்கலாம், அவங்க they may be ஏதாவது டாக்குமெண்ட்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கலாம். ஓகே, நாங்க அந்த டாக்குமெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் கலெக்ட் பண்ணி நாங்க we are taking notes or taking the requirements. Okay. An example, the reports, library cards available in the library. Okay, these are some reports or documents, isn't it? Okay, someone drawing. Why are you drawing? Please don't stop drawing on the screen. Number 5, prototyping. I have already explained what is prototyping, right? A model or a prototype of proposed system. ஒரு மாடல் ஒன்று இருக்கலாம், அதாவது ஏற்கனவே செஞ்ச மாதிரி ஒரு சாம்பிள் மாடல், அதாவது அவங்க என்ன சிஸ்டம் எதிர்பார்க்குறாங்களோ அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி. ஓகே, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரு 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 ஷாப்புக்குரிய சிஸ்டத்துக்கு நாங்கள் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு செஞ்ச சிஸ்டத்தை கூட கொடுக்கலாது. அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் ப்ரோ? ஷாப்புக்கு செஞ்ச, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஐ எக்ஸ்பிளைன் ஆல்ரெடி. If you are doing information system for a food city, we can do some what we have done for some other small shop. Okay, the relevant system, ஏதாவது relevant system கொண்டு காட்டி அதுல இருந்து இன்ஃபர்மேஷனை பெறலாம். And we can give and we can demonstrate. நாங்க அங்க போயிட்டு present பண்றது, இப்படி எங்களோட சிஸ்டம் இதுல உங்களுக்கு என்ன சொல்லணும், அவங்க they can give the feedback and they can give the comments. okay உங்களோட சிஸ்டம் இப்படி இருக்குது, நீங்க எங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு போட்டுட்டாங்க, இது எவ்வளவு போட்டுட்டாங்க, they will give some comments. That is our requirements. That is our requirements. Okay, we have to understand this clearly. There are many questions. One questions coming, one complete question in part 2. One complete question in the system development lab. Very easy, you can get 10 marks. You can get 10 marks very easily in the part 2, and also part 1 there as we can get 5 marks. Total 15 marks you can get from this easy unit. Okay, right. So example, see the example, a display of screenshot. We can show some screenshot. அந்த சிஸ்டத்தில் ஏற்கனவே எங்கள் சாஃப்ட்வேர் ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட் இருந்தால் we can show உங்கள் login அதுக்கு சைன் அப் பண்ணுறது அப்படி இப்படி பட்டன்கள் ஏதாவது இருக்கும். So we can show that one. And we can show some records, or we can show some samples to gather the informations. Right. So far we are talking the first phase. What is the phase? Can anyone tell me? Requirements gathering. Okay, gathering the requirements. For the gathering the requirements, we have talked about 5 methods. Number 1, observations. Number 2, interview. Number 3, document and sample collections. Number 4, what is number 4? Prototyping is there, and I have missed one. Questionnaires. Yes, very good. Questionnaires. So these 5 are the method techniques, or we can say somehow techniques to gather the informations, gather the requirements. Okay, so this is phase number 1. At this stage, or at this phase, or this level, the actual design of the proposed system is taking place. Okay, அப்ப நாங்க information gather பண்ணிட்டோம். We have already gathered the requirements. Now we have all details with us. So now we have to design. ஒரு வீடு கட்டணும், அவர்கிட்ட போறது, வீடு கட்ட வேண்டியவர்கிட்ட போறது, அவர் சொல்லுவார் இத்தனை ரூம் தேவை, இத்தனை ஜன்னல் வைக்கணும், இத்தனை வீடு டோர் இருக்கணும், இவ்வளவு டோர் இருக்கணும். திஸ் தேர் ரெக்வயர்மெண்ட்ஸ். அது மாதிரி சிஸ்டம் செய்ய வேண்டியவர்களுக்கு அவங்களுக்கு என்னென்ன எப்படி அந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர் இருக்கணுமோ அதை பற்றி சொல்லுவாங்க. தட் இஸ் தேர் ரெக்வயர்மெண்ட்ஸ். அப்போ அதெல்லாத்தையும் எடுத்துட்டு வந்துட்டு the architecture, for example, if we want to build the house, again the architecture and the quantity surveying, many people are there, many levels are there. Every people do every responsible work. Architecture, they will design the house, they will do some design பண்ணுவார். Yes or no? Same thing we are doing, designing the solutions. Okay, some activities related to the designing process are follows. Okay, number 1, identifications of software and software architecture. But okay, what does it mean? Identification. We have to identify what are the softwares and what are the software architecture we need. For example, நாங்க இந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர் செய்யறதுக்கு எங்களுக்கு வேற சில சாஃப்ட்வேர் தேவைப்படும். Yes or no? For example, if we want to do some Pascal programming, we need pre-Pascal compiler. Yes or no? That is one software. Likewise, we will need some software or software architecture. We don't want to study the software architecture. That is very deeper part. Okay, I don't want to explain here. Simply remember that software architecture, software and software architecture. அப்ப என்ன software and என்ன software architecture தேவைன்னு I want to identify. Okay, so see this one. So this is some designing. Again, user interface. What is user interface? Can anyone tell me please what is user interface? Can anyone tell me please what is user interface? You might study in grade 10 GUI.
The screen.
The screen, what we are seeing in the screen. Or system on panina odane and the screen enadha kaana poringa. Login button enga irukkudu, cancel button enga irukkudu, engada password adikira button evada therikanum. Yes or no? That is user interface. Appa we are designing the user interface eppadi irukkanum we have to design. Okay, that is also the designing part la varapodhu. Kadava enga irukkanum, window enga irukkanum endra madri, and the icon and then the icon enga irukkanum, that is also user interface. We are designing the user interface. Okay, so you can see this, the mobile screen, there are different user interfaces there. Again, number 3, identifications of main hardware system and its component. Okay, for example, in a system, to run our system, what are the extra hardware system we need? For example, see this figure. For example, this is the ECG. When we are taking the ECG, ECG எடுக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு சிஸ்டம் இருக்கும். அந்த சிஸ்டத்தால மட்டுமே ECG எடுக்க முடியாது. We need some other hardware. அந்த தலையில அதெல்லாம் மாட்டுவாங்களே அதெல்லாம் that is some hardware. Yes or no? அப்ப அந்த hardware components we need. So we have to identify what are the extra hardware system we need. But in the hardware system and component, we need to do this work. For example, if you are developing an information system to library, we need the barcode reader. That is another extra hardware system. Extra hardware. So barcode reader. So same way, we might have different hardware system.